Hey Leo, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for July 18th through the 24th. Happy birthday to the Leos kicking off Leo season at the end of the week, to the early Leos. We're going to see what's happening here in the week ahead. I am setting the intention for that 7-day period of time, but you might see this video a few weeks from now, a few years from now. You're going to see the videos whenever you're meant to hear the messages. So keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message will resonate. That's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Let's see what's coming up here for our Leo darlings. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card coming up here for the Leo collective is the Hermit. Now, this could signify that some of you could be dealing with a Virgo that might be rather significant in your life, or somebody with a Virgo placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you have a Virgo placement, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. Now, the Virgo card is a major arcana card, and the major arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're coming into a new chapter in our life. It's a significant defining period. And so even though I'm setting the intention for 7 days, this energy will be around you all for a while. So things may be happening in the next 7 days that are setting some things in motion in your life. Some people get really sad when they see the Hermit card because you're used to watching tarot for love and romance, and sometimes the Hermit is seen as like being single or being alone. Now, I will say this about the Hermit card. The Hermit card, even though it can signify spending time alone or kind of like withdrawing from the people around us, it would be something that we are making the decision to do. It wouldn't be an involuntary aloneness. The Hermit will seek that solitude to rest, to recharge, to meditate, to think about life. So it's a deliberate aloneness. It wouldn't be an involuntary aloneness. And there's a spiritual aspect here to the Hermit. So some of you may be coming into a spiritual awakening, regardless of whether or not you're coming into a time of spending time alone. You may be going through a spiritual awakening. You may be feeling guided to step in and lead and teach and guide others through their spiritual awakening. You may be finding a teacher or mentor or a source that you're turning to for your spiritual journey. There could be a lot of attention and focus here on spirituality and waking up and figuring out what you believe. This can also be a time that you're going through your own personal transformation and getting ready to be seen, getting ready to go out there into the world, into the universe with what you have realized, what you have discovered, and preparing to show others the way. You may be wanting to withdraw, okay, and spend some time processing some things or figuring things out or working on something that you may see to be like your spiritual masterpiece. This could be writing your life's story or some kind of a novel. This could be coming together with some kind of workshop or modality or way of healing. This could be coming up with something artistically or musically, something that is basically like your message to the world and the people out there that you're feeling moved or guided to help, or like you feel like you have something you want to say to the world. Some of you may be withdrawing and working on something significant. And you may even be finding a place to do this, a place where you feel like I can kind of hide out here. I can finally kind of like get away here and like just not be interrupted and work on the things I want to work on. The next card that's coming up here for the Leo collective, ooh, is the Death card. So some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Venus. If you have a Scorpio placement, again, there could be big changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses. But regardless of whether or not there's a Virgo involved, or regardless of whether or not there's a Scorpio involved, the Death card is going to signify, again, a time of permanent change. Now, it's different than the Tower, because the Tower will signify permanent change, and oftentimes it's something, when the Tower happens, we didn't see it coming. But with the Death card, we kind of know something has ran its course, something has come to an end, and now it's the time for a new chapter. Because the Death card is not only something ending, it's the start of something new. So there's a transition that's occurring when we see the Devil card, the Death card. We're stepping away from one thing and moving into something new. There could even be a sense of ego death for some of you Leos, and that might be kind of difficult for you in that it can feel scary. Like ego death can feel scary, because when ego death occurs, we're shaking away all of the conditioning, all of the programming, and the things that we were conditioned to like or want or strive for. So when all that falls away, it can be very scary, because now we're like, well, who am I? What do I want? Right? It can be very scary. I feel some of you Leos are feeling discouraged because you, and especially if you're a Leo who's like middle-aged or older, you might be feeling a little bit scared, because you may be feeling like whatever has been your life's work till now, or whatever you've been working towards right now, you may feel as though you just woke up one day, or you're waking up one day and you're just like, I don't want it anymore. And you're like, but I've wanted this my whole life. I've devoted everything to this, and now I don't want it anymore? Like, what in the heck am I supposed to do now? And so it can feel kind of scary. But coming into this rebirth, know and understand that you're coming into the period of time of like this phoenix rising from the ashes. I do feel that for some of you, it's not that you don't want what you want, or like you can't, how can I say this? I feel for some of you, you don't have to start from scratch all over again, because there's a lot that you have in terms of your skills, your talents, your experience, that you're still going to be able to put to use for you. I just feel like you're tweaking or changing the outcome, or the way that you're defining success. I feel it comes down to, basically, it's not that you don't want what you wanted, you're redefining your definition of success. So some of what you have been chasing may have been ego driven. And now that you're not coming from a place of ego, you're like, well, I don't want that stuff anymore. But what you're going to realize is that now you're going to be able to have an abundance in your life beyond anything you could have ever have imagined, and a sense of fulfillment, and a sense of happiness, and a sense of accomplishment. And like, it's at your fingertips now. You don't have to start over again and put another 10, 20, 30 years working towards something. It's just kind of like if you were on a boat and you just adjusted the sail and let the wind take you into this other direction, and you're discovering a shortcut. So I think some of you are scared because you're like, oh my God, do I have to start all over again? And Spirit is saying, no, this is not starting all over again. You're adjusting the sail, and you're coming into the flow, and the flow is getting you to that happiness and to that accomplishment much more quickly. It's essentially a shortcut. But what's in connection with this is I feel like a lot of you are redefining your idea of success, and your goal might be changing. Your finish line might be changing. The next card that's coming up here for the Leo Collective is the World. And this is interesting because this also came up for Scorpio. So I'm curious how many of you may have a Scorpio placement or may be dealing with a Scorpio. If you have a Scorpio placement or are dealing with a Scorpio, may be a good idea to check out that reading this week. Now, the World card is another major arcana card. Leo, I have to tell you, you've got 3 major arcana cards coming back to back. For me in my readings, that's pretty massive. That's telling me this is going to be a really big week for you, where there's a lot of old past life agreements that you're breaking out of. And you're coming into new agreements, and you're ascending, and you're evolving. So these are huge, massive energetic changes. So I always like to say, when we have energy this big coming in, it's a good idea, if at all possible, to keep a light calendar if you can, and to spend time resting and being gentle with yourself, and having time set aside just kind of to chill and to take it easy if you can, right? Say you have like a 9 to 5 and you have kids or you have school, and there may be some things you can't cancel. There may be some things that you can't take time off of. But whatever your free time is, try to keep your free time blocked off for you, and just really spend some time resting and being gentle with yourself, because these are big energetic shifts. Now, the World card is being done with a karmic cycle. We never, ever, ever have to repeat it or experience it ever again. We passed some kind of a karmic test, and now we're coming into a time of ascension, being ready to be seen, being ready to be celebrated. Some of you may even be coming into some element of like fame, or going viral, or making a name for yourself. There can be that aspect with the World card, but this could also be, a lot of the times I see come up in the readings, in the sense of like really embracing all of yourself, not cringing about any aspect of yourself or your past, owning all of it, embracing all of it, loving all of it, being in gratitude of all of it, really being comfortable in your own skin, and being ready to be seen, being ready to be celebrated. There can be that aspect with the World card as well. The next card coming up here for Leo, very nice, is the 10 of Cups. So hopefully that will help some of you breathe a sigh of relief here. I know that it can be kind of scary to see the Hermit card coming up right, followed by the Death card right after it. But look, here we have this happiness, and we have this 10 of Cups. And so, long story short, if I can put this in a nutshell to summarize, Leo, many of you have been chasing something out of ego for a long time. And when I say ego, I mean in a way to kind of validate yourself, to vindicate yourself, to heal the wounds of your childhood. Just something that you felt, when I accomplish this, or when I have this, I'm going to know that my suffering wasn't in vain, or I'm going to know that I'm loved, or I'm smart, or I'm successful. There was something you were pursuing to heal that wound, or to plug up that void. But the more you pursued it, the more it was causing you pain. The more you felt the void. Maybe even the void grew bigger over time. And you're going to stop pursuing whatever this was. And you're going to realize that you're enough in this moment now. You're going to realize what you have working for you. You're going to realize that there's a much easier way to go after your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions. And you're going to find yourself in your 10 of Cups. And you're going to find that it's not going to be so hard. It's not going to be something that's 5, 10, 15, 20 years away. It's something that you can have within the next couple of weeks or couple of months. Keep in mind, 10 of Cups is happiness and fulfillment in every area of your life. It's happily ever after. Now, because of love readings, a lot of people see 10 of Cups as marriage and babies. And that can absolutely be the case for some of you. Some of you may be manifesting marriage and babies. But not everybody's happily ever after is marriage and babies. Maybe you don't even know what your happily ever after is. But these cards are telling us you're going to figure it out, and you're going to figure it out very soon. And you're going to have it very soon. But it's all coming down to the death of the negative ego and awakening. Your idea of success is changing. You're going through this transformation. You're embracing yourself in your true essence. And you're no longer working against yourself. You're coming into the flow, and you're opening up and embracing that happily ever after. That's beautiful. That's powerful. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. There's a link in the description that takes you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule private readings with me there. And love readings for July are linked in the description of the video if you want to check those out. I do a daily message too on the channel. A lot of people have been asking for that, so if you want to check out the daily messages, be sure to check those out as well. I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, and hopefully we'll see you all in the dailies. Take care and be well, my darlings.